Andrew Miles, the PGA professional here at Myrus Golf Centre. I want to take you through the warm-up mode on Toptracer Range. So when you come into the Toptracer Range, you're just going to simply select warm-up, and we're going to click Start Game. Now the warm-up's great just if you're warming up before the start of a round, or if you simply just want to see the distances that you're hitting or the curvature on the shot, each individual shot that you're hitting. Let me demonstrate. A really fun game mode that we use quite a lot, especially for our competitions that we run, is closest to the pin. So when we select closest to the pin, you're going to get a selection of different golf holes from throughout the world that you can play, and we're going to then see who can then hit it closest to the pin. This can be done up to 4 players in the same bay. So if I want to select a hole here, currently we have a competition on Torrey Pines. It's hole number 3, 104 yards. So if I click Start Game, we're then going to select the flag that we want to go towards to allow us to then give us the direction, and the system will then track from that actual direction that you've selected. So here we can then choose to aim left or right, both on the main screen here or in our small screen. In the smaller screen, it's also going to tell us the distances to carry certain objects. So here, for me to make sure that I get over the bunker, it's telling me that I need to then go at least 95 yards. And that's going to give us a good idea of the type of shot we need to hit to get it as close as we can. So I'm going to go ahead, give it a try and see how close I can get. So not the best shot for me, but still on the green. Total distance there was 28 feet and 8 inches from the hole. So this gives me a reference to then keep practicing and hopefully get a little bit closer next time. The next game mode we're going to look at is Toptracer 30. Now Toptracer 30 is a great way for you to introduce random practice and gauge how well you're playing in relation to your handicap. So you're going to get a series of 30 different shots, and after each shot it's going to then tell you whether you're gaining or losing shots based on your handicap. So we start game, we enter our handicap, so we're just going to put in say 15. We're going to select, we want to compare our results to men in my case, and I hit the ball longer than 220 yards, so I'm going to select that shot. Now when we get to this screen, we're going to then select one of the targets on the range, so it has a reference point as to whether we're hitting the ball left, right, etc. from that target. So the one that I'm going to look at today is the yellow flag at 159, and all the distances on the screen are based from your individual bay. So this is going to give us a snapshot really of what we've got to do. So this is the driving challenge here. So I now have to hit a tee shot, and it's going to then compare me against a 15 handicap. I've just hit one shot there, but as we build it up, it's going to give you an overview of where you're gaining shots and where you're losing shots. So you can then identify which area of your game you need to work on to either maintain your handicap or to then get that handicap moving in the right direction and improving and getting lower scores. So you're going to have the different distances, driving, then all the shots up to different yardages, And when we see something in the section above, it's going to then say we're doing better than our handicap. And if we see something below the line, it's something that's worse than our handicap. So really great tool for you to then start practicing with efficiency and using that time to help you get better. One of the really great game modes we have here on the Toptracer range is virtual golf. Now if you then go onto the main menu, it's the one down, second one down on the left here, and there's a selection of different golf courses that you can play. And if you see up in this section here that up to 4 players can play together or against each other in the same bay. We've got a selection of courses, some of which are only accessible if you've logged in with the Toptracer app, like St Andrews and Pebble Beach. We've got a lot of different courses here. We've got Glen Eagles, Pinehurst, the Belfry, PGA National, all the way from different courses throughout the world. So I'm going to select one that's local to us, which is Glen Eagles, the King's Course. Now you get an option to play the full 18, the front 9, the back 9, or even a custom set of holes if you just want to play 3, 4, maybe 5 holes. We're going to select the front 9 today, and then we click next. Now you can select the tee box that you're going to play. We've got the red tees, the white tees, and the blue tees. I'm going to select the white tees, and you can select the distance that's appropriate for you when you're playing. This screen is going to allow us to then select the target which we're going to use for our aiming reference. The one that I'm choosing is the 159-yard yellow flag, and that's just going to give me a direction to aim for, and that's important, as you'll see on the next screen. So we then got the screen here. This is the first hole. Now you're going to see all the colours here. That relates to all the flags on our range, and this will disappear in a moment. You're going to see the arrow is pointing down to where the flag is. And we've got now the ability to then move the screen to then aim to certain distances. So if I've particularly got a shot where I shape maybe left to right, I might aim a little bit more down the left side of the fairway, and vice versa if I then draw the ball. You can also see the distances to particular hazards in the small screen on the right. So it's going to give us distances to bunkers, etc. So this is our total distance. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit a tee shot. Tee shot, we've now faced with our second shot. So again, this is going to tell us where we're then actually hitting the shot. So we've got 113 yards left. We're going uphill, and again, we've got this same option of moving this around, and this is going to tell us where we're going. Now, obviously, when we play in the virtual golf, the one thing we can't do on the range here is putt. So what this does is gives an option to actually finish the hole. So anytime your ball is within 30 yards of the hole, it's going to give you one last shot to complete the hole. Depending on how close you are to the flag or to the green, it's going to give us an option to try and land the ball as close as we can to one of our front flags. And if we then land it closer to the flag, then we'll then complete the hole in less shots. So once you've completed the hole, we're then going to go on to the next hole. And if at any time we want to check our scorecard, we can check our scorecard here. And then that will all be saved into your Toptracer app for the next time you then play.